Welcome back to another episode of the Cast Patrol podcast. You're joined as always by myself, Mick, Jimmy, and Age. Boys, we've just come off a massive long weekend of footy. I've watched pretty much every single game, so I can't wait to get into all the talking points. Did you watch every game?
I didn't, actually. I was away, but I know you boys were all over it, but I did watch all the highlights. So, yeah, it was good weekend of footy.
Yeah, I don't know what I did more, eat chocolates or watch footy, because I did every AFL game because I was down in Melbourne, and I watched every NRL game.
Easter egg hunts?
Yeah, I know you were doing a bit of that, Jimmy, weren't you?
No, I don't know.
You had no reception all Saturday, Sunday, so who knows what you were getting up to.
I was just away.
Yeah, but no, it was a good weekend of footy. A lot of upsets again. You just can't pick the NRL these days.
It's unbelievable.
Which is sort of good because it's really competitive. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, very hard to pick. We're going to give you all our round eight tips and preview coming up in the pod. But firstly, let's talk about the round 7 key talking points. Firstly, Mitchell Moses back. He's a freak. We forgot how good he was, or at least I did, I reckon.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was going to come back and put on a performance like that.
Not that quickly. First game back. Unbelievable.
4 try assists.
From the get-go as
and
well.
a 40-20 in there.
And 380 kicking metres, unreal.
Yeah, I think you touched on it, Age. I think you sort of forgot how good he was because I was under the impression that if Moses was in the side sort of the first 6 rounds, I don't think they would have won a game. But after watching that, they probably would have done a lot better.
Well, that's
with
why
him in the side.
He's why I had him in my top 8 to start the year. And obviously that's gone to shit right now. But you never know. If he's putting up performances like that every week, they're a chance to win.
It's crazy how much of an impact he has on that team.
Yeah. His kicking game is insane.
He just makes everyone else better. Like Dylan Brown played such a good game when he was terribly out of form for the first couple rounds.
Dylan Walker, Moretti had a good game in the middle.
Yeah.
Like everyone lifted on the back of him.
Iongi found 10
Fox was back.
pace.
Yeah, exactly.
It was just quick.
But yeah, Moses put on an absolute clinic on Easter Monday.
Yeah.
And then, it's all going for shit for the Tigers last week. Like all the Galvin stuff, like
It's getting ugly.
it's an absolute shit show from every party involved. Like I don't even want to talk about it because it's an absolute mess.
It's all over the news. Like everyone's talking about it. That's the talk of the town.
From Galvin to his manager to how the club, how the players, senior players deal with it, the legal case.
Right.
That's all people want to hear.
There's too much.
To be frank, I drove to Melbourne and back, so I had 20 hours in the car listening to podcasts.
That's all you heard.
And I think 18 of those hours was someone talking about Lachlan Galvin.
Yeah.
So I'm sick of it. I don't want to fucking talk about it that much. But I do want to talk about Mitchell Moses and Nathan Cleary potentially being the Blues 6 and 7 this year.
Yeah.
That could be the best halves combo Blues have had in a long time.
I think they have to be the halves, right?
Well, you saw what Moses did in Game 3 last year. He stepped up and everyone was like, he's going to be Cleary and Moses for the halfback. Well, both. Let's play them both.
Yeah. And I think as a Queensland fan looking at that, I'm pretty worried. But I'm also worried about the amount of depth that you guys have in the forward pack, especially the back rowers.
Mate, our back rowers
All
potentially could be Liam Martin right and Gus left, which is like the safe way to do it.
Yeah.
You could also go Olakuatu. You could go Hudson Young.
Yep.
Jacob Preston.
Who's playing
Second rowers are stacked.
Yeah.
So the Blues are looking hot this year.
Moz has got a few headaches.
He does.
They're good headaches.
But I do think he's going to pick Cleary. He'd be silly not to. He came out and said, if Cleary's not the best player in the game, he's the second best. So that makes you think Cleary's probably a 7? 7-6, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think it'll be Cleary Moses. I feel bad for Luai because he was unbelievable last year in the series. But when you got 2 amazing playmakers and kickers like that, it'll be silly not to.
It's still a long time until Origin, so you actually don't know what's going to happen.
Barring injuries and stuff.
Yeah.
I know Panthers haven't been great before last week, but Cleary's getting picked.
Yeah.
Cleary will get picked.
Cleary's getting picked. Yeah. I mean, imagine if he gets picked. Like, Parav waited this whole time for him to come back, plays a few games, goes to Origin camp, pretty much MIA
rules
for
out
2
a few
months.
games and has to back up quick.
Not what you want.
No, not what you want. Big upset with Dolphins taking down the Storm. What were they down? 18-2 or something?
16-2.
16-2. And everyone's thinking, what's it going to be? What, 42?
Yeah,
50-2?
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
I was not expecting this. I was at Greek church. My girlfriend and their family were getting communion. I was like, I got to watch this. I went in the back.
Yeah.
and just sat there on my phone watching it. I could not believe what I was seeing.
Yeah, that last sort of 5 to 10 minutes of that first half.
They choked massively.
Dolphins just put a couple tries on, and then come out second half and they were firing. And
Absolutely firing.
all in the back of Katoa. He's going good this year.
Mate, 21 years old,
Like,
halfback. He's one of the best prospects coming up.
I know a lot of people talking about Galvin at the moment, but Isaiah Katoa, hands down, is probably the best halfback coming through the ranks at the moment.
You can see him just getting better and better as well.
Yeah, like I think we spoke about it, like that sort of series at the back end of last year for Tonga. It was like if he brings that form this year, like he's going to be good. And
We've been talking about all off season, like how good he performed there.
Yeah.
And he's brought it into 2025. He's
Yeah.
played 50 games. He just did a half century of games.
There you go.
Like, and he's 21.
Yeah.
So give him another 50. He's just going to keep getting better and better. Dolphins have a serious prospect on their hands here.
Yeah.
Concerning though, because apparently he wants to move back to Sydney, homesick.
Well, if Panthers didn't let him go, it could have been him and Cleary in the halves.
Imagine.
So I
That'd
know
have
he
been
got
unfair.
squeezed out because obviously Luai was there at the time.
Yeah,
and-
of course.
But yeah,
But that's also, I mean, if anyone's looking for a halfback, like in a New South Wales team, like why wouldn't you pick him up?
yeah.
Like if he's on the market, like you'd pick
You
him
know,
up
if
in a
Galvin's
heartbeat.
getting $1 million and Dylan Brown's getting 1.3,
what do
this
you
guy's
think?
up. This guy's up there.
Katoa maybe
Bro, he's
pushing.
21. He's got
Yeah.
15 years
Yeah.
left in him.
Yeah, and he's probably not even at his prime at the
No
moment.
way. Nowhere near it.
No.
Still learning.
But you can see everything. His running game, the way he double pumps, his short passing game, like
Yeah.
kicking game,
Unbelievable.
and his composure as well. Like he's got everything
Cool
to
cut.
be
And
a
he's good in defence.
elite half. Yeah.
Yeah, so
So
that's what you want.
massive raps on him. We love Katoa.
Was that a sort of one-off for Melbourne, you reckon?
I think
Are they
so.
still the favourites?
I tell you what, you don't want to
so.
play him this week. And guess
Who's
who's playing
playing
it?
them this week?
Rabbitohs on Anzac Day, and we've lost 19 in a row.
After not
We've
scoring
lost
a point.
every game in Melbourne.
Yeah.
We've never won in Melbourne. 19 games.
I think we're cursed down there. We had a game in the semi-finals a few years back and we're up by a try. And then
Yeah.
Melbourne score, Munster kicks a miracle field goal. Like, I always say to people, like, we haven't won there since the 1990s. So, no, sorry, we've been losing there since the 1990s.
Yeah, yeah.
And we've had generational teams come through. Sam Burgess, Greg Inglis squads. Still can't beat them. There's some hoodoo over there.
like
but we
Melbourne and
can't do it.
Melbourne, we just can never do it. On the back of a loss, on a thumping,
On a smashing.
we are gonna get fed.
Like, they're going to
I'm
get...
sorry.
Like, Beleg's going to smash them this
But-
week at training.
I feel bad for South. If somehow we can just keep it 1 to 12, I'll be happy.
You guys didn't even score a point against Dogs.
Yeah. Do we have to talk about that?
We can touch on it.
We
if
can
you
touch on
want.
it. Dogs were very good.
Dogs are incredible.
Like
They're
their
a top four
defense,
side.
they've leaked 58 points the whole year.
Like,
Incredible.
yeah.
That's less than 10 points a game.
So good.
And their attack was humming as well. Burden's back.
Burden kick
Sexton's
out.
kicking well.
Yeah.
Kick out. Tracy. Karazi's unbelievable.
Preston's been
Presto. Curran
great.
killed us with Max King in the first half. Like
Yeah.
Sherry. Like you can name the whole team.
It's one
like,
of those. It's one of those squads, right? The Dogs. You go through their squad. You're like, on paper, like it's just like whatever.
It's a team.
But then when they go play, it's just like wow.
Yeah, they're just dogs of war. They're
They're-
a great
so good.
team.
They're playing that Penrith defensive system, and you can see it working.
Yeah,
They're all
Ciro's
fighting
the
for each other.
mastermind, isn't he?
The number one thing that I think is really working for them this year, and it absolutely annihilated South, was the second phase play. They got so many athletic players in that team that
Yeah.
know how to throw an offload or at least beat at least one person for a tackle. But it's like Jacob Kiraz takes a run, does 2 tackle busts, offloads.
Yeah.
For a defender, you're sitting there going, for fuck's sake, now I've got to go again and
And
tackle.
he's got a massive motor. Like, he doesn't stop. He'll do it like the first minute or the
Yeah.
last minute.
And he's like annoyed when he doesn't get the offload.
He
When he
is.
goes to ground, he's like,
Or if he gets taken back, he's really angry. He'll take the next run after
yeah,
that.
he just goes again.
So he's someone that I'm sure Laurie Daly's looking at.
Hey,
if
he's knocking on the
Lomax
door.
isn't back,
He's knocking on
'cause
the
obviously
door.
Tot will get one wing.
Yeah.
If Lomax isn't fit, Karaz is like the
It's
like
opened
for
up.
like.
Yeah, it's opened up.
I know we say it every week, and every week will be a test for the Dogs, but if they can go up to Suncorp, absolutely destroy the Brisbane Broncos, I mean, albeit without Walsh, still an impressive issue. I mean, this is
They're
when you start
undefeated.
to
This
believe.
is their biggest test.
Yeah,
Broncos
at
you know,
Suncorp.
Yeah.
at Suncorp as well.
A pack that can go forward with their pack
Yeah.
as well,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
pretty evenly sized in terms of size.
I think all Doggies fans, if they were looking at the calendar and being like, where are we going to lose first? It was probably this game here. But now no Walsh, I think Doggies can still win. We'll touch on
They're
our
pretty
tips.
confident. Yeah, they're
I'm
pretty
just
confident.
upset that Dogs play Storm for the first time in round 25. What a shit show of a scheduling.
Maybe
that
it's a
is.
grand
not
final
good.
preview, is it?
Could be.
If they're still both going good by then.
Could be.
What else happened? Knights still struggling with their attack. 5 tries in the last 5 weeks. They scored 3 last week, but just not good enough. Sharks already had it one.
They are so low on confidence as Knights at the moment. Like they just look rattled.
Yeah,
Like,
I
coming
feel
out
like
their own end, errors.
Yeah, I feel like it's only that left edge that's a bit threatening with Sharp, Best, Ponga,
Ponga out the
Marzu.
back.
Like the right edge is not working at the moment.
It just feels
Pierce
like
Paul, Gagai, Schiller.
Bit out of
Pierce
form.
Paul's having a crack, but I don't know. Like even when they're sort of coming out of their own end, they're just all bunched there. They're just waiting for someone just to do something.
I feel like they're relying on Ponga a bit too much. Like that they'll just give it to him out the back, and you saw he's trying stuff that he normally wouldn't do. He led to 2 intercepts, 1 led to a direct try. It's just not the Ponga we know.
Like how do they unlock Ponga? Like how do the Knights get Ponga back to his best?
Well, it's got to start with their forwards actually going forward, punching
That's
through
a
the line,
start.
quick play the balls.
They need some quick
and
play
then
balls.
get them running on the momentum.
Yeah.
Defenders tracking back, but are they missing many forwards? Because they got Leo back. Adam Elliott's still out.
Elliott's still
Pierce
out.
Paul came back.
Yeah.
I don't think it's their fault.
They get Dylan Lucas.
Lucas is
he's
back.
He's a big
Huge.
inclusion. That's
Huge.
attack.
Yeah.
And that's the left edge as well.
I don't think it'll fix the issues. I think it's their halves. Like they haven't had halves, like a certain locked in combo for however many years.
They do it every time. I know injuries and that.
Yeah.
Like
Now they've got who?
Gamble.
Sharp and Gamble, which I think they might persist with.
Croston was their halfback, and like he's a way better hooker, but
That was
just for the team you got to play in there.
injuries, eh? I know
And that will free up Ponga.
Cogger's on the bench just lurking in the reserves, so I don't know if he'll be.
Yeah.
Is he the answer?
The more I watch him attack, I'm like, pay every dollar to Dylan Brown. You need someone like him in your halves.
Well, it doesn't get easier this week. They head to
Oh my
New
God.
Zealand. Warriors just at home. They are a completely different team.
Warriors undefeated in 2025 at home, 3 out of 3.
Yeah.
Mate, they're a different gravy
it's
at
a
home.
fortress over there.
It is. And like they had no Fisher Harris, no Chance last week against Broncos.
Yeah.
And they somehow
Hey, they
scavenged a
took it to the
win.
forwards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they had it won
100%.
and Broncos came back and then obviously we know what happened at the end, but very good signs if you're Warriors fans.
It shouldn't even have gone to Golden Point either. If like Metcalf kicked his goals,
Yeah, honestly.
it would have been a big score.
I think literally they took Wade Egan off and then Broncos just came back.
And then they had to put him back on.
It had to put him back on.
He had a bung neck.
Wade Egan, he's like one of the form hookers of the comp right
Yeah,
now.
he is.
Unbelievable.
And
So,
then how
and Aaron
good-
Clark's killing it as well.
Aaron
I was
Clark,
going to
what a
say
signing.
he's been on absolute.
He doesn't
work
get the
in
praise he deserves.
We said he was gonna be a
His
good
hit ups are like 100 miles an hour, quick play balls, tackle breaks,
Couple
offloads.
offloads, yeah.
Luke Metcalf.
He's
How about
replaced
on the
Tohu
edge?
Harris perfectly.
he has,
Clark.
and Dylan Walker. He's
I
like,
love Leka Halasima on the edge.
yeah,
He's
great young
unbelievable.
kid, powerful.
Vi Munga off the bench as well. Like those two, they're the future of that team.
Yep.
Like,
You can see.
And
it.
we can't discredit Mitch Barnett. He's their enforcer.
Barnett, yeah.
No Fisher Harris. He stood up, nearly 150 run meters. Everything was like with purpose. He'll probably get a spot on the bench for New South Wales as well if he keeps it up.
Yeah.
So yeah, up the wires. I think it's back.
Up the wires.
The movement's back.
I'm keen to see when they get Sheck, Fisher Harris, and Dallin back. All hyphenated last names back, and they'll do wonders.
Yeah, if they keep winning these games at home, they'll go a good chance to make the finals.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, boys, let's talk about Dabble. All our tips are on Dabble.
They are.
We're
on the stream last week.
We were on the stream. Apparently, it was pumping. I wasn't on.
Stream was pumping.
Yeah, a lot of giveaways
Plenty of giveaways.
and a lot of any winning tips.
Had a few tips.
Yeah.
had a few tips.
The cashback lost again.
Mate,
Cashback came second.
special. At least you got cash back.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty of Dabble like promos. No bonus bets. You get your cash back if your horse comes second or third
Yeah.
on selected races.
Hey, they got specials on AFL, NRL,
Yeah.
basketball, like with the
Yeah.
playoffs.
And you can follow whoever you want. Like
Exactly
if you're following us, we hit the Thursday multi with $8 on the Manly Dragons game. That was good.
Yeah, that was good.
Little specs here and there throughout the weekend, but there was a lot of upsets. But nonetheless, you can get all our tips for horse racing, NRL, whatever we put up on the Double app. Link in bio, or use the code CastPatrol, CASTPATROL to
The
sign
best
up.
bet is to obviously set a deposit limit, and just a reminder, what's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call 1-800-858-858 or visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.
Well, let's get straight into the round 8 preview. How good is it? We're filming this on a Tuesday night. By the time you're listening, it's Wednesday. Footy's back tomorrow.
Yeah,
You're back.
Yeah, and it's not any old bludger of a game. This is the game of the round.
could be.
I think it's the game of the round. I'm so excited for this one. Broncos versus Bulldogs. Doggies $1.53 favourites. Bronx $2.50. Does it get better than that?
It's going to be a beauty.
It's a good Thursday night game.
Two genuine premiership contenders.
Yeah.
And like I don't actually know which way this will go. Broncos
Coming off a discipline
Cobbo's
loss.
fullback now, no Walsh.
6 weeks
It's-
for what?
Yeah, 4 to 6 weeks. He'll miss Origin.
As much as I think Walsh was not in the best form, it's a big loss for that team at the back.
Yeah, it is.
Because I don't know if Cobbo's the fullback that they need in that team, but who knows? It could be something different to their attack because something ain't happening with that attack. You can't have that many genuine stars and play that clunky week in, week out.
Yeah, I feel like Ben Hunt has been underperforming. He hasn't been his best,
Yeah.
but he has these games where he does that, and then right before Origin, he'll turn it on. So I'm not going to rule him out. And they got Adam Reynolds. He can dictate the game with his boot. So I'm not ruling out the Broncos here, especially with like they have so many good passes. Cobbo will just run and be a beast.
Yeah. I don't know. Cobbo at fullback will be interesting. Obviously, like he's unbelievable talent, but I think he's no Reece Walsh, right?
They're different players. He's
they're
more like a
completely different players.
Latrell style fullback.
Cobbo's just going to run hard. Like,
Yeah,
he-
off the back of a sweet play.
does he have like a part? Like he's going to
Not the
make
best
the right
pass.
passes?
Not the best pass.
Yeah. So Dogs has just been in form. Like we spoke about it before. Like undefeated, obviously. This is going to be a big test of them up to Suncorp.
Yeah, biggest test so far. Broncos have won 5 of their last 6 against Dogs as well.
Yeah.
I think
But
if
it's a
Walsh
different
was there,
Dogs.
I'd be tipping Broncos, but I think Walsh just swings it out of favour just a little bit. And Dogs, you can't deny their form. They've been immaculate. They've been the form team at the comp.
It's going to be a good battle in the forwards.
So Dogs for me.
Yeah,
Dogs, but I'm not like 100% confident because Broncos, if they're humming, they can put points on.
Yeah.
As good as the Dogs' defense is, this is their biggest test for the Dogs, but I'm going to tip them.
Yeah, I'm going to tip the Dogs as well.
The Anzac Day clash, Roosters taking on the Dragons. Roosters won 5 of the last 6 Anzac Day games against the
So
Dragons.
I think that's why they're $1.78 faves. Dragons $2.05. 50-50 game.
This could go either way.
Do you have a coin on you, Jim? Can we flip
I don't
it?
have a coin on me,
Because
but
I don't know who to tip here.
yeah.
Does the changes help us? Billy Smith's back.
Yeah.
Marky Mark to the wing. Dom Young dropped.
And
Finally,
Crichton
I think
come
this was a long time in the making.
Yeah.
Dom's defense has not been great. And, Billy Smith's unreal. Marky Mark's playing
Mark's
good
been in good
footy.
form.
So someone had to make way.
Yeah.
So this will be interesting to see what they do
Mark's
here.
been really good in the centres, though. So it's a
Yeah.
bit of a weird one.
But he's just
But
an athlete.
I guess you got to
He's
do
just
it.
he's just an athlete. He can play wing.
People are saying to me, they're like, I didn't expect Marky Mark to be this good. I'm like, to be fair, he played for the Wallabies. Like,
Yeah,
he's
he
obviously got that athletic
Did
ability.
he play for Wallabies or did
Yeah,
he play
plays-
the
he
No,
played
he played-
sevens and then he also played Wallabies.
Yeah.
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 So, and he's young.
He's
like,
actually good.
No, he's a great player.
He does some freaky stuff where you're
Like
like,
those offloads?
yeah, the offload. He did chip and chase against Warriors, nearly came off.
Yeah.
Good
works.
player.
I didn't think he'd work at centre, but he's proved me wrong.
Yeah. And I think
and
he
on
scored
wing,
on
he'll
the
be
boot.
even
He
better.
scored against South on the boot on the
Yeah.
wing. Great catch in the air. So he can play wing.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, Dragons are that team that just keep turning up and keep upsetting everyone. They beat Manly at Brookie the other week. I like how Flanagan and Ilias are almost writing like, we're the worst halves in the comp. What do we know sort of vibe. Like,
Yeah.
they're buying into it, but like, they're still turning up and winning.
Yeah.
I tell you what the big thing for Dragons is Clint Gutherson on the end of their attack.
That
He's
helps.
so silky. Like his hands, he makes the right call like 9 times out of 10. And that's what they've been missing for ages. Like, just like 3v2s, he'll get it right. And they're
Yeah.
just scoring off the back of it. So
He's
great
been
signs.
he's been massive for them.
huge, the king.
Yeah, and I think the young forwards have been going good as well. Like Toby Couchman, probably one of the informed props.
And,
He'll play Origin.
You've been loving the Couchman
eventually he
twins.
will, yeah.
He's an Origin player.
Why? How is he playing so good? I did not
Mate,
see this
he's
from Toby.
so good. Him, like Hamish Stewart,
Egan.
Egan's great.
Dylan Egan, like
He's a tough
they've got
player.
some good young forwards. Like Pacifica Tonga,
He'll
like,
come through.
He's coming through
They
as
got
well.
Gula returning on the bench.
Gula comes back.
Yeah.
Like
It
they've got a
helps.
good. They've got a good pack.
But Crichton's back for the Chooks as
That's a
well.
big in.
That helps.
That's a massive in.
Roosters, like, they were actually all right against Panthers. They're just probably missing that final little bit of polish to turn the screws on last play. They're like, Savala's good. I think he's got a really good long kicking game.
Yeah.
Where they lack is that final third where they're not really getting the force drop out. Like, how many times
Well,
you
that's
see...
where Sam Walker's being missed.
Pretty
you know?
much.
Like, he's
But how many,
short
I was going to say,
kicking
how
game.
many times you see Tedesco go through and do a forced dropout? Like,
Yeah,
it's just...
he's trying to fill
He's
that
trying to
void.
fill that gap.
Yeah. But Teddy's in great form.
I think I'm gonna go Roosters. Bounce back here.
I'm going Roosters on Anzac Day.
Yeah.
I don't even know who I'm going to tip. What do I put on the sheet? Who do I tip? I've gone Dragons.
There you go.
I'm going to stick with the sheet.
Yeah, stick
I'm
with
gonna
the
stick
sheet.
with the sheet. I'm going Dragons.
Can never change your tip.
Yeah.
Warriors, we touched on them. They're playing a 6 p.m. game here against the Newcastle Knights in New Zealand. I just want to point out Anzac Day is going to be elite. Like if you're going out playing
Right.
2 up in the morning, perfect. Then you go watch the Roosters at 4, Warriors at 6, South play at 8.
Is that what it is? 4, 6, 8, back
Yeah.
to back to back.
How good's that?
Mate, Anzac Day is going to be
So
absolutely
games will
ripper.
just be rolling into each other.
And you're going to be absolutely blind by the time it gets to that 4 o'clock game.
Probably.
From 2 up and the
If
whole
you're drinking.
day. Drink responsibly, gamble responsibly. But yeah, Warriors $1.32 scares the shit out of me.
I think it's justified. Knights haven't been great.
I'm not willing to take Warriors at $1.32 if you are betting. I know they're undefeated, 3 out of 3 in New Zealand.
Yeah.
They've won 3 out of the last 5 against Knights.
Nickel Clockstad's back.
I'm off the Knights until they show me something. And they
Yeah.
haven't showed me anything. Them and the Titans are in that same bracket for me.
Titans are a big blacklister for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're
They
gone.
are one of the most frustrating things to watch. We'll touch on it when we get to them, but yeah, I know what you mean, Mick.
No,
I'm going to go the upset here.
Are you?
I think Knights at
Stop it.
$3 when I know none of you are going to tip the Warriors, and I might have a cheeky bet on it as well. I think
Stop it.
all it takes, Dylan Lucas back. If that left edge gets 4 tries, they could win. Sharp, Lucas, Best, Marzu, Ponga. Somehow just turn on that attack. I'm
Yeah.
hoping. I'm really hoping here. I don't have much
I just think
to
Wise
say.
at home will be too good. Their
Like
crowd
they-
gives
yeah.
them the biggest leg up ever.
Yeah. They're so good at home. And I think, Mick, like you alluded to, I think until they show me something, the Knights, like I tipped them last week against the Sharks and I've immediately regretted my
Yeah,
decision.
straight away.
Straight away. After the
Yeah, I
the
feel like
first
it's going to
set.
be similar for me in this game, but I have a weird feeling. I don't like Warriors at that price.
Okay.
I think I'm thinking about betting too much.
Yeah.
But like when you see Warriors that low, you just don't do it.
This could be a first for me. I'm going the Wars. I don't think I've tipped the Wars
Are you
yet.
kidding?
I don't think I've tipped the Wars this year.
Wow.
you hate 'em, low-key?
Is this going to be the curse to unravel
I
the
could
Warriors?
be the curse.
Honestly, it makes me happier about
So
my
I
nice
could
tip.
be the curse.
You
here, but
hate
I'm
the
going
Wars. So you don't hate the Wars after all.
I love the Wars.
There you go. Jimmy's up the Wars.
I'm going the Wars here.
Mick?
Yeah, I'm going the Warriors. Too good at home.
Okay, Storm $1.20 versus Rabbitohs $4.75.
Is that the right price?
Last game at Anzac Day, Storm should literally be $1 flat because our record against them in Melbourne is disgusting. There is no record. It's 19 losses in Melbourne.
0 from 19.
We can't win in Melbourne.
That is...
And they
That
gave
is
us
something.
Melbourne on Anzac Day, coming off a fucking pumping against the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Bellamy's going to be at them all week at training.
It doesn't help that they lost.
Oh,
to the
we're in
Dolphins.
big trouble.
The Trell back
We're in
and
big
fullback
trouble.
helps.
I like Trell at fullback. I feel bad for Jai Gray. Obviously, second in Dally M, playing
Yeah.
unreal. Done nothing wrong, being one of our best, but Trell is not a 5'8", and he has to go back at fullback.
Aiken back-to-back row.
Yeah.
I think it's...
He's not a
I
centre.
think that's
That
better.
was a
I like
mate.
That's better.
I like Joe Arrow at lock a lot. I mean, when South signed him, he was one of
Yeah.
the best locks. I think he's not the second rower that South probably need
Yeah.
at the minute when we're struggling for a points and go forward. I think you want someone like Arrow in the middle to get the quick play the ball through. But yeah, it's going to be a real test for South in Melbourne.
Meany returns.
He's back. They lose Howarth, obviously. Kamakamika's out. Valepu joins the bench.
I just think Office smashing, like, this could get ugly.
Like, as a South fan, I'm sorry, but I have zero confidence. It was sort of like last week against the Dogs. I was sort
But
of
you haven't
like...
tipped South all year.
I tip them when I know
You're
they're
a
going to
fraud.
win.
You're a fraud.
When they're going to win, I know.
mate.
As a fan of your own team, you know when you're going to win and you know when you're going to lose.
Well, next week they play Knights, so you can pick them.
I'm going to pick them next week. The
What
way
about
the
if
Knights are
Knights win
going.
this
If
week?
Knights win and Souths get thumped again, hey, you never know. I'll play it week to week. But this
Okay.
week,
Yeah.
we are going to get destroyed. In all my leagues, I'm going to vice in my Supercoach leagues, Storm players. I'll be betting on Storm.
If you
Zero
had to,
confidence.
If you had to put a line, like a
25.
Really?
Plus 25
I don't think it'll be a
plus.
smashing.
I hope it's not.
I think it'll be closer than
But
a
from
lot of
what
people
I've
think.
seen, Storm on Anzac Day in Melbourne, just there's no boxes to be ticked for South. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to tip Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Mick?
Yeah, South. Anyways, Cowboys $1.37 taking on the Titans $3.12.
Jimmy. Cowboys off
Confident.
the bye at home.
Confident.
Titans looking like the worst team in the comp. I'm sorry, but they're the most frustrating team to watch in the comp. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Was it 3 weeks, 3 wins in a row?
Yep.
Into a bye. Fresh. Bateman comes back. Titans aren't looking good.
Dearden's in good form. Drink is finding form.
Purdue's unbelievable.
And then Titans, on the other hand, Fafita named on the bench, still in doubt.
Yeah.
Campbell out.
Yeah,
Their
that's bad.
attack's looking all right. Defense shaky as always.
Mate, they were 16-0 up against the Raiders. What happened?
Yeah, and they conceded like 4
There's-
straight tries or something. 5 or something.
It
Like,
doesn't
what's
help
going
they're
on?
losing like Jaden Campbell. They lost Keeney already.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
Fafita, like you said, he's in now.
To their credit, I do like Weaver as an actual halfback
Yeah.
in that team.
Yeah.
Like his kicking game was on point. He was directing around the park. 2 sixes don't work.
They don't know how to defend. Like
Yeah.
something goes amiss whenever they're in a sniff in a game. It's like they have this 10-minute lapse where they just forget how
They
to
just
defend
stop
completely.
defending.
But I don't know how Dez has a full set of hair still because
Honestly.
their penalties and errors at the worst time. They're dead set coach killers, and they do like more than 5 a game.
Yeah, they are.
I'm going to tip Cowboys.
I could not tip Titans for a long
Cowboys
time.
will win, but in saying that, I've been in this situation before where all roads lead to Cowboys. They're red hot favourites. They're fresh. They're playing a weaker team, and they absolutely bottle it. You guys know you do it as well.
Yeah,
because
but-
you guys play to the level that you guys of the opponent you play, and this will be one of those games that could sink you.
I feel like this is going to be a game where, I think like I said, we're either going to absolutely destroy the Titans or we're going to lose in a tight one.
Yeah,
And also the way the NRL is going. I know I'm like really confident about this tip, but you just don't know. Like
You don't know.
I did not think Melbourne will lose to Dolphins. I did not think
I didn't see that
Warriors will
coming.
beat Broncos.
Didn't say, yeah.
You know, like I know Mick
I
tipped
tipped
them.
Waz,
Mick
so-
did tip Waz, but you just don't know.
No, you don't.
There's so many upsets. So if you are a Titans fan, BKR, Clarkey, all those out there, have some faith. Tip your team, even though I didn't tip my team this
I'm
week.
going the Cows.
Yeah, Cows.
yeah, Cowboys. But if you guys lose, not convinced.
And I also forgot to bring the new jersey that
Yeah.
you won the bet against
It's all right, mate.
Cowboys South.
Next week.
I'll wear it on the podcast next week.
Sure.
And Magic Round, I have to wear it.
Yeah.
It's a fresh jersey, by the way.
Is it good?
It's very hot. It's
Hey,
the
good.
Heritage away
Yeah, yeah.
jersey. Whew.
Preview next week.
I'll happily wear that, especially if you guys win another game. Might have to come to the Cows. Panthers $1.37 versus Manly 3.10. Turbo's back,
Oh,
but Panthers
huge.
are also back.
After last week, they
Finally caught it right. I said 13 plus Panthers. They were ready to break out,
are. No, they were.
and they fucking did.
I think their attack looked a lot simpler.
It
They
was,
went back to basics.
It was similar to what they've been doing the whole year, but it just worked a bit better.
yeah.
I don't
They were
know.
getting it right.
They were getting it right, yeah.
Yeah.
The timing was better. The plays were right. That right side play, they did a simple block twice. Edwards to Alamotti.
I
and
think
it
that
was
was probably
untouched both
the
times.
Roosters' defense.
Yeah.
was probably not
That's what
great.
I'm worried. Did Roosters make Panthers look good again?
Could be.
Or did Panthers actually just put it all together?
Yeah. I think we'll see this week.
One more week. I'll give them one more week to prove, to guarantee they're back.
I think Turbo for Manly is just
Massive in.
they're just missing Turbo.
But I'm also concerned. I'm like, he's coming off an MCL after 3 or 4 weeks, whatever it is.
Yeah.
They have a bye next week. Surely just bring him
that's
back
what-
round 10.
That's what I thought that was going to happen, but I think they need him. Manly are they're in shambles at the moment. Manly.
They're one of the teams that we all know relies on Turbo or their best
It's like
player.
Moses at Eels. Just
Like
makes the
Eels,
whole team
Moses.
play better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they just saw how bad they've been playing without him. They had to rush him back. Although
Well, I don't think they've rushed it. I think
long term, it would have been so smart to give him the 2
for
weeks
sure.
off.
Like
'Cause if
obviously,
he gets injured this week, there's going to be a lot of questions
Yeah.
raised.
obviously if he's not fit, they wouldn't name him. So he has to be ready to go.
Well, that week he fucking got injured. He had strapping on knee, shoulder, this, that, and they still played him.
I
So
don't know.
I hope he just comes out there and he's actually all right to
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
Because, he's copping it with injuries for his whole career.
Seagulls weren't the worst against Dragons. Again, it just didn't click for him in attack.
Yeah. Like, so
well.
many silly errors as well.
Like it happened in the second half. You could see like that out the back play with like Lehigh was working.
yeah.
But then it just
That first half, like Olaquati, just some of those passes were just not.
I don't think
just
he's
forced.
played worse in his life.
That was probably his worst.
I'm sorry,
game.
he had a bad game. He was passing to the sideline, dropping the ball, offloading to no one.
Yeah.
He'll be back, Olak.
He'll have a big game.
I don't want to end up like the producer on Matty John, so,
No, you
so
don't.
I'm sorry, Olak. You played great.
Yeah. I'm gonna tip Manly this week. I think it's gonna be an upset.
You're going to go Manly?
get Penrith. Yeah.
I think Panthers are turning on right at the time where Edwards is in question for Origin. You know, Cleary, will he be picked? Will Edwards, Liam Martin be picked? They're going to turn it on. They'll all be picked.
I think it'll be close, but I'm going Panthers just. They showed me just enough against the Roosters of like that second half that they had against Roosters was almost glimpses of their like 2022 season, just when they were
Yeah,
dominant.
and Cleary's just like putting it all in the right place with the boot. He's setting him up perfectly. He's coming into his own. I think that it's just another week where he'll just be even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't write Panthers off with Cleary. Raiders, Dolphins. Raiders $1.58, Dolphins $2.40. Both coming off good wins. Both teams in good form.
Yeah.
Where does this one go?
I can't believe I tipped him for the spoon.
The
I
Raiders.
really can't. I
They're
really
top four,
can't.
aren't they, at the moment?
I can believe it because it happens every year. Their team doesn't look strong. Everyone thinks they're going to
writes them
come
off.
bottom four, and they just win these games. They're such a good team.
They are. They've
So
got so many.
I'll put my hand up as well. I had them second last.
Yes.
Yeah, I had them bottom
So,
four.
bloody hell, Ricky has to have a lot of credit because
They've got
he's
points
getting the
in them.
most out of this team.
They've got points.
Yeah.
Like, they got strike everywhere.
Good young players, which is
Yeah.
even more promising. Like Tamale on the wing, unreal.
Savage
good,
on the other
close to
wing.
Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Savage is good.
Strange has
Ethan
been-
Strange finally coming into his own.
Hudson Young.
I just
young
think it's
freak.
that they're packed. They're all overperforming. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And they've nailed the formula. They've got two back rollers that can play 80 minutes, and then that whole middle, they just got big middle to just
Even
keep
Mariota
rotating.
was pretty good. I
Mariota's
thought.
been good. He's
Yeah.
very underrated, Mariota.
He's like a Papali'i, young Papali'i.
yeah.
And the
It's reminding
way
me of that
the
a
way
bit.
Ricky uses them is really smart. Like teams would, all right, so for instance, let's take Tarpany and Horsburgh. Both of them are capable of playing close to full games.
Like 70 minutes. They could
70
play
minutes,
70.
right? But Ricky goes, nah, you're playing 50. Give me the 50 of the best. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
Give me 50 quality
Because you
minutes.
see teams like Broncos, like Carrigan's playing 80 in their front
Yeah.
row. Like, I get he can play it, but it's not always the best answer
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah,
You don't
unless
need
you're
it-
like Terrell May, where you have a motor and you're never going to get tired.
Yeah.
Let him play 70 minutes. But
Yeah.
for other players like this, you're going to get the best out of Tarpany Horse if they're playing 55, 50 minutes. So I like that. What did they do with Starling, though? Did he finish the game?
No. He
I
didn't.
don't like that.
But he still played 60 minutes odd. So
I know he doesn't want to burn two subs, but you can't have Owen Paddy, young rookie. Just say you're at Melbourne, you're down by 2, and you got Paddy on instead of Starling. Like, that's where it's going to hurt him. But I'm going to back Ricky because he's been doing great things. They won 5 games, so fair play.
Yeah. But on the other hand, Dolphins have been in form.
Dolphins are really good. They
Dolphins
beat
have been really
Panthers and fucking Storm.
good.
Back
2
to
weeks
back.
in a row.
and those two games that you go, oh, here we go,
And
two
those, they
floggings.
probably should have won their other games against South like that.
Yeah, they should have beat Tigers.
Yeah.
Did they
beat
lose
the
to
Titans.
Knights?
I think they lost the Knights as
No,
well.
they beat the Knights.
They beat the Knights?
Oh,
No.
was that at home? Oh, they
No,
lost.
they
Yeah,
lost.
they lost. Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
they
like
lost
those
to Knights,
games
yeah.
where
But they were in every game this
like
year.
they're
pretty
in
much.
the game.
Yeah.
So this is a tough game. I've gone Raiders at home to get the job done.
Yeah, I think this is one of the hardest of the week just because they're both
But if
in
Dolphins
form.
come out and win, I'll be like, oh, okay.
Is Raiders at home?
They are at home, yep.
Yeah, that's a different level. That the cold, like Dolphins are used to the brizzy heat. They have to go all the way to Canberra in the cold,
Yeah. And Raiders at home, they're
not with a
Usually good.
lot of confidence. Raiders, Dolphins are a good team. They're
humming.
Raiders at home, yeah, for sure.
Raiders at home. Yeah, no one's tipping Dolphins. That's tempting.
It is tempting, but I think Raiders just.
Last game of the round: Tigers versus Sharks. Sharks $1.40. Tigers $2.95. Lockie Galvin's back after 1 week in reserve
1
grade.
week hiatus.
One chance of Dewey halfback. He's back. I know Latu's still injured. Is that a
Yeah.
big factor?
Could be.
Could be, but do you think the Sharks can continue this winning streak? They won 5 of the last 6 against Tigers.
It just doesn't make sense to me where the senior players go to Benji that week and says, I don't want to play with him. And then
Well, the rumours is, I don't know if it's a cover-up, but Benji called the senior players in and said, I don't want to play Galvin. What do you think? And they agreed.
okay.
So either way, continue.
So then a week later they're just going to play with him again. Doesn't make a lot of sense in my
It
head.
does not.
Like, did that 1 week really do justice?
Like, does that fix everything? Like, they're all best mates now after 1
Nah.
week?
I think Luai and Galvin obviously don't get along. Like, Luai's probably really angry at the decision and how he's handled it. Like, obviously shitting on Benji about his like coaching
It's gotten ugly.
experience
The
and
whole
stuff.
thing's just shambles.
It's shambles.
I think the fact that they lost against Parramatta, bottom of the table, they're going, fuck, if we had Galvin, do we win? And I probably think they do, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just one of those
16
things that-
There was 16 points in
they
it.
didn't need to do what they did with Galvin. Like, I get it. Maybe the players didn't want to play with him, but you still got to, at the end of the day, you have to pick your best
It doesn't
team on
make sense
paper.
why they did it for 1 week. That's
Yeah.
not a statement.
That's what I mean.
Well, they did that with Cowboys with Nanai. Dropped him for 1 week.
Yeah,
And
and
brought
then
him
put
back
him
the
back.
week after.
But Nano's not leaving the club.
Yeah, I know, but like it's just like these things don't make sense. The 1 week.
Yeah, and the players around him don't hate
Like,
Nano.
it would have made more sense if Galvin wasn't named this week. But then you're like, I didn't play him for 1 week, lost to the Eels, bring him back. Why?
Like, well, yeah, what's the? Don't get it.
Yeah, and I feel like if Galvin could go back and his manager, they would just leave out the part in their statement about Benji not being able to develop him and not being a great coach, you know? So that's the part I think the players are angry about.
Yeah.
And I don't think they've forgiven him in 1 week.
That's what I'm saying.
You know? He only did 1 try assist in Cup and they lost. Like, he didn't prove himself in Cup. I think it was just the fact that Dewey's not a 7. So, obviously, they're better with Galvin in the side. So, Benji's probably put his ego aside and being like, you know what? I want to win games of rugby league. Yeah. Lockie, just fucking play footy. So, it'll be interesting to see.
It'll be interesting dynamic.
It's going to be so interesting.
Sunday, Arvo.
Obviously, Appy, Taruva, Luai are not the biggest fan of Lockie.
Yeah.
It's a fact. Yeah. So I don't know what they're going.
Is Luai just going to avoid going out?
Is Luai just going to dummy and just demand the ball for Appy? They're going to go left the whole time. Who knows? Either way, I think Sharks going to win.
Were Sharks good last week, or were the Knights just bad? That's what I want. That's what I want to get.
I don't know, but Sharks
haven't been great.
Sharks
haven't been great, and the wins they've just sort of won a few.
Yeah,
except for the Sharks.
Their middles are good. AFB and Oregon Kafusi, McInnes, Nicola Wilton, they're just fucking good middles. So
apart from Kennedy, all their backs are not playing their best footy, which is scary because as soon as they turn it on, they're that team that can attack.
Yeah. Like Hines isn't playing great.
Ronaldo Mulatalo, I have barely noticed.
Has he scored this year?
He scored one try. Yeah, he scored 1 try.
Yeah.
He's been dry the last few weeks.
Stoney scored a double in his last 2 games, so he's been going good.
It hurts not having Ito on that left. I think he was a big part of their
been really good, though.
He has been good. Kennedy's been good.
I played with Hiroti.
Here we go.
This is another... I played with Hiroti. I was 15 years old. I was probably like 100 centimetres tall.
Yeah.
The day of the game, we're versing Balmain. We got these 2 Kiwi imports.
Yep.
And they go, these 2 are playing your team. They were fucking huge. Hiroti was the same size he is now. And the first he was playing fullback, they kicked it off. He got the ball. He ran the whole field and scored. And we were just sitting there like 15-year-old kids like, who the fuck are these cunts? So he's a great player. He's always been good.
Yeah.
That's my yarn of Hiroti. So I do love Mawini.
You do. Yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah,
Mawini,
he's a good player.
He's a good player. And it's good to see Kennedy playing well. I think he was probably under pressure to start the year.
From you, Jimmy.
Could be from me.
You did say, you want Hines fullback or something.
And he probably listened and, he's been unbelievable.
He probably wrote that on his wall. Jimmy from Castrol said this. Yeah. And now he's leading the Dally.
That's what he looks at.
It's good to see. Yeah, it's good to see him actually play well because he's the one that always cops it in that team for underperforming, and he's actually stepped up heaps.
Yeah.
In
saying that, I'm tipping Tigers. They're playing at Leichhardt Oval, 4 p.m. It's a perfect time slot for them. Yeah. That hill's going to be pumping, and Galvin's back in the team.
The problem is the headlines won't stop the whole week. You're going to hear Galvin in every second headline, every second post, NRL 360, everything.
Yeah.
There's too much pressure.
I think this helps Galvin.
I don't think so.
He comes back, wins, and then he can just him. That's it.
He could. Or he can lose and then it just keeps rolling on.
Could.
I feel bad for Tigers fans. They're the biggest loser in all this thing.
I'm gonna go the Sharks.
Galv him. All right.
Listener questions.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, here we go. First one.
Rapid fire, yeah?
At Harry.Q14, would Galvin have made a difference in the
Tigers?
There you
go. Even our listeners want to hear about Galvin.
Yeah, I think he would have made a difference. Maybe they would have won. I can't say confidently that they would have won, but it would have helped a lot in their halves.
Galvin's a guaranteed try assist in every game, so he would have gave him an extra try at minimum. They lost by 16 though. I think Moses
the way
was
Moses
just too clinical.
Played, I think they probably still would have lost.
Yeah, I think.
I don't think Galvin was stopping that.
Nah, Moses played too good.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have changed if Galvin was on the field or not.
Yeah. Next one, at Aiden_Seawitz. If the Rabbitohs had a full team with no injuries, do you think they are a top 4 contender?
Oh, well, we're 8th at the moment. We don't have Humphreys, Murray, AJ, Rava, Hubner.
I don't see why not. I mean, if you throw Murray into that team, that instantly makes us a way better team.
For sure.
Yeah.
Especially with the go forward. He'd help so much.
And now with Trell back at fullback and everyone else back, I think, they could be a top 4 contender.
We just need a few weeks where injuries just don't happen.
We need Humphreys back. He's a big loss. He was really good to start the year.
Even Hubner for 1 week this week, he's someone that could be useful in the middle against
so
Melbourne.
reliable.
Just get through the work.
So I think top 4 if we had them all, but we don't. So no, not now.
Next one at Bailey_Clayton. Is 2025 Manly's last premiership chance with DCE? Is it?
They got Turbo still.
Yeah, I know.
I don't
That's
know.
what I mean.
I
think they'll be okay.
If Turbo finally gets his body right, we know what he can do. 2021,
Let's say what Fogarty will be for a halfback. Let's say
good. That's a good replacement.
yeah.
Not like for like, but good,
Yeah.
very good
With
replacement.
all due respect, if they can't win a comp with Cherry Evans and the team that they've had and all the Trebojevic brothers just getting that little bit older and more injury susceptible, they won't win without Cherry Evans. And you put Fogarty there.
It is a downgrade.
So so it's their last chance right this year.
For a bit. I think so. Every team has their time in the sun, and I think with Cherry Evans, they've been up there and they've made finals the last few years.
Yeah.
I think it'll probably go down with that.
Yeah, unless Turbo gets like miraculously recovered knees, ankles, shoulders, and hammies, and he stays fit for the whole year, I don't think I can see it happening.
I don't know if he can do it all by himself, though. That's my issue.
2021, he nearly did.
No, but Cherry was there setting stuff
Yeah.
up.
I know.
for him. You know what I mean?
Fogs
Without
Fogs
Cherry?
is still good, and I feel like he's in the peak of his career.
Every premiership winning team always has a gun halfback. So, and I don't put Fogarty in my gun halfback range.
I think he's really good though. What I've
He's
seen
really
this year,
solid.
his
Solid,
kicking game, his
yeah.
passing's really good. Good defender, goal kicker. Obviously,
think he
they
just-
don't need a goal kicker
I think
though.
he just
but
like directs the team well, which is what you
he's a
need.
genuine 7, which
Yeah.
Cherry also is. But to answer the question, I'm going to say I think it is their last chance for a bit,
For a bit, yeah.
unless Turbos just carries them.
Yeah. All right. Next one at Toby Sadler 3. Will Latu find who place 6 when he comes back from injury?
It's a weird one. Well, we just touched on it. You got to play your best team. So I personally think Galvin's the best 6 for that team.
Yeah.
So I would be playing Galvin 6.
Would you play Galvin despite the players not wanting to play with him? Like, does it cut up the team morale?
I've said it for the last 2 weeks. Whenever this saga's been going on, you have to pick your best team. They've struggled for so many years. Pick your best team. We'll see this week.
It's such a hard one,
If
isn't
they
it?
go out and he's man of the match or they win the game, then they have to pick that team. They can't focus on next year. Like, the fans don't just want to blow up a whole season just for this kid that's going to leave. Like, no, give me wins now.
I feel like my issue is like he doesn't want to be there. He doesn't see a future in the club.
And the players
he
don't want
doesn't
him
back
there.
the coach. He doesn't back the team, and he's probably bought into it the whole preseason, saying team first, this that, and then he's gone behind their back and said, no, I don't back it.
FUs. Yeah.
And now obviously there's issues with the senior players not liking him. The players are filthy at him. Benji probably has a lot of like bad blood, but he doesn't show it because Benji's such a cool character. I think they got to invest in the future because Latu's going to be there 6 or 7.
All right, if you're a Tigers fan and they're winning games, like they win games with Galvin, they win this week and they win next week, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you want Galvin kicked out?
If he genuinely shows that he wants to be there and he's going to put in 110%
Yeah.
and he lights it up, then that would change my mind. But at the moment, I would, if Latu was fit, I'd play him. And I feel like Benji would as well if Latu was fit.
If they lose up until Latu comes back, I think Latu will play.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. If Gowan does brain it this week and he shows them like he's not here to just fuck around, take the money until he leaves, they'll play him. Because he needs to earn the respect of his players
That's
back.
fair.
Yeah.
He doesn't have it at the moment.
No.
So yeah, hopefully he plays good and
hopefully.
it's all resolved.
Yeah. Next one at Sanctuary Escapes. Moses the saviour. If Brown is worth 1.3 million, what's Moses worth?
Mate, Moses is a bloody prophet. That's what he is. Moses is a prophet. He split
The Messiah?
Messiah, whatever you want to call him. He split the black and orange sea on the weekend.
Yeah.
From injury as well, like a foot injury.
First game back.
And he was kicking the ball like from his 20 to the 10. Like, he has one of the biggest boots in the comp. He's a freak. What was the question? I don't even know.
What's
I
he
got
worth?
sidetracked. If Brown's worth 1.3 at 7, Moses is genuinely worth 1.7 and above.
Why? Jeez.
No.
As a 7, Brown is worth 1.3.
1.7.
Did you see him? Do you know how
what, a
good he is?
1.5?
Cleary's not even a 1.5.
The question is, if Brown's worth 1.3, what's Moses
No, but
worth?
I think
Well, I'll say
I think-
1.5.
No, but I don't
Okay.
think Brown's worth 1.3.
I know, but he is worth that.
No, like I just think that was their budget. Like they've overpaid.
Yeah, but in comparison to Brown, I think he's worth over 1.7.
Like, I think that's I'm giving Moses 1.3.
Yeah.
I don't think he's
Yeah,
worth anything more.
but if,
So
you- like,
if
what's
you-
he genuinely worth?
Are you going to pay him 1.7 mil?
no, they'll fuck
Would you
your
pay
cap.
if you were Knights? Wouldn't you pay an extra 400k and just get Moses?
No, your cap's done. Their cap's done with signing this
Bruh,
deal.
Dylan Brown's not a 7 though. That's the risk.
No, but they've overpaid on him.
I know, but that's the question. Like, if Brown's worth 1.3,
I think if you
I
pay-
say 1.5, Moses.
okay.
If you pay 1.3 for Moses,
Answer the question. What's Moses worth?
I don't
If Brown's
think
1.3.
Moses isn't even worth 1.3 mil.
Bro, that's not the question though.
How much are you paying for Moses?
Like, if I was a club
Yeah.
trying to sign him,
yeah.
1 mil. I think that's the max. For
And then what's Brown worth?
How much are you paying Brown?
how much I'd actually pay?
Yeah.
No more than 750 for
Wow.
for the output
Whoa.
he's done.
Shit.
Huge.
Fuck, Mick's coming in with a bang.
You'd be surprised what people are on salary
Yeah,
caps.
but
Yeah, I know.
based on that, based on him being 1.3, Galvin being 1 mil, I think Moses would be a lot above that.
Yeah,
He's
1.5.
proven. He's 30 years old. He's in his prime, playing for New South Wales.
If Brown's 1.3, then Cleary's like 2.5.
yeah, Cleary's like over
But
2
no
mil.
one's paying that.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
based on this stupid figure, yeah,
based
yeah.
on Knights going out and playing overs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
1.3, fuck, he's done well, eh?
Yeah. Brown is
Oh,
he's set for a long time.
But like, sorry, just to touch on it. He signed a 10-year deal. Like, you're getting him for like 6 years of prime, and then you get him
Yeah.
at 35 for 1.3 or whatever it is,
Yeah,
or
I know.
back ended. Oh my!
it's a big risk,
God.
but obviously Knights
Yeah.
have to pay overs to get people
he's a
there.
gun, but I don't think anyone's worth that money.
No.
Maybe by 1 or 2.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, probably Cleary's worth that.
You pay Cleary that.
Yeah, and maybe Moses if he's playing like that every week.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Next one. Jesse_Bullock10. Will Kennedy win the Dally M? Is his fullback spot safe?
Here's a question, Butch. Okay, 2-part question.
All right, at first, is his fullback spot safe?
Yes.
He's safe now.
Yes.
Because he's
Yeah,
leading
Will
the
he win the
Dally
Dally M? No.
No. He can.
He can. He's
He
leading
can.
it.
He's leading
winning
it by a bit.
I'm not going to lie. He's playing really good, but I was actually
Is he
shocked
the-
when I saw him at number 1 on the Dally.
Is he the best player in the comp?
In form?
I think
Maybe.
the,
He's been
I
really
think the
good.
Dally M's a bit of a farce. So, like, I can't give him that.
I don't know.
The problem with the Dally M is Jai Gray's second. He's on the bench this week. So you just can't really trust the Dally M.
Yeah. So to answer the question, I don't think he wins the Dally M, but I think his fullback spot is safe.
For sure.
And I think the main problem with that is once Hines and Trindle and everyone else at AFB starts stealing his points, he's going to be stuffed.
Yeah.
But he's playing so good at the moment, so fair play to him.
Next one, at Noah Graham. Are the Raiders genuine premiership contenders now? 5 wins, 2 losses.
Great start to the year. We all wrote him
Premiership
off.
contender?
We all wrote him off.
I reckon they'll make top 8.
I feel like if they make the top 8, it's a great win for them because they had the
I
youngest.
feel like they always make
They had
top
the
8.
youngest team in the comp.
Yeah.
So, and are they going to lose Fogarty? But they got Sanders coming through. So
They
I feel
might
like
lose Fogarty.
They might. They've
Yeah.
offered him a 2-year deal, but
Yeah.
I don't know
I
if
think
he'll take
Fogarty's
it.
gone.
I think
The way
he's
they're
done, eh?
talking.
I think he'll go to Manly. But yeah, good signs there with young Ethan Strange. Not a lot of young good players. Horse, Tarpany.
Are they genuine premiership contenders? Yes or no? Like if Raiders won the comp, would you be surprised?
This is a tough question. So I
Yes.
don't want to write them off.
Like you'd be surprised, right?
Yeah, massive.
I'm going to say they're genuine top 8 contenders. I don't want to
So
answer
then,
this question.
no. To answer the question.
They're not in my top 4, let's say that.
Okay.
And you got to be in the top 4 to win a comp.
Yeah. Okay. Last question for this week. At Mackenzie Riranui, who are your personal favourite players this season?
To
Hold on.
watch?
Let me just
Are
get
we
my
saying to watch?
Super Ghost team up.
I think just like personal favourites. I think I've got a few. I think I love what Couchman's doing at Dragons.
Yep.
Leitao
Mm-hmm.
at Warriors, love Leitao. And I think Halasema's fast becoming a
Seems
favourite.
good. I've been loving
And Purdue.
Terrell
Yeah,
May.
you love Purdue.
I think Terrell May, what he's brought
Teammate,
to that
yeah.
Tigers team, just
Yeah.
like he just like plays non-stop footy. Like it looks like he's
Doesn't
not
stop.
gassed at the end of the game.
Yeah.
He's impressive, and also like watching Payne Haas for the Broncos. Just I think Madge has tweaked a few things in his game. Like we said, he's capped his minutes a little bit more and said, "You're not playing 75 anymore, nor 80. Just go there, play your best 50 to 60,
Yeah.
and just throw an offload." And that he's been doing.
I've got a few. I've got Hudson Young, which is an obvious one. Just unbelievable. Freak. Runs the hardest holes in the comp.
Yeah.
Scores tries. Seven tries in 7 games.
Second, yeah.
Nafua White.
White's been good.
Really good player.
Yeah.
One of the most impressive young props in the game. Powerful, workhorse, Love what he does. And the last one, Aaron Clark, we touched on.
Yeah, he's been good.
He's just he's one of the best signings of the year so far. Underrated, goes hard, quick play the balls.
Yeah.
And filling that void that Warriors are missing with Dylan Walker and Tohu not playing there anymore. Same with AFB. So, yeah, they're my personal favourites.
And that should be the end of the pod.
That'll do us. I feel like that was a
Anything else?
good pod. I feel like NRL is really starting to ramp up again.
It is heating up.
Hit a little dull period, and now Magic Round next week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then Origin comes around. Next thing you know, finals.
I think he goes all the way up to Origin, dips after Origin, then back for finals.
So everyone's pumped. Magic, like Anzac Day into Magic Round, Origin, bit of a dip, then finals again. So
Yeah.
I'm
Good
pumped.
few months coming up.
Yeah, and we'll be going to Magic Round as well. So if you do see us there, come say hi, and hopefully you have a great time if you're there.
Yeah, have a good, was it Anzac Day long weekend this week?
Yeah, good luck on tour up. Good luck with your tips and bets and everything on the weekend.
Yeah.
That's
That'll
all
do
from
me.
me.
That's all from me.
That's all from me.
See you guys.